AP coordinators, do you like to party? If so, just hang on a little bit longer. The party of the year is almost here.
That's right. I'll be co-hosting our annual release party of the AP Coordinators Manual Part 2. This year's party will be available on demand starting February 4th, 2025. We'll be highlighting what's new for this year, and here's a secret just between us. We'll also cover a few things that are so new they didn't even make it into the manual.
Don't miss it. You can connect to the video at collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience. Again, that's collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience.
No cover charge for this party. We'll see you then. Coordinated, episode 257, Juggle in January.
Greetings, AP coordinators. Derek Hameta here, Senior Director, AP Coordinator Experience for the AP program, and former AP Coordinator.
And I'm Karli Suge, School Counselor and AP Coordinator.
Thanks for joining us. Today is Monday, January 6th, 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. New year, new episodes, and still the place to be to hear all the latest and greatest in the world of AP coordinators.
Bring on 2025. We are ready. We are coordinated.
Good morning, Karli. We are ready. I appreciate your sparkling spirit so early in the morning and so early in the new year.
Well, good morning and Happy New Year to you, Derek. I hope 2025 is a great year for you and all our faithful listeners.
Why, thank you. Same to you and your family. I've got a good feeling.
I do as well. And I'm ready to kick off 2025 with a new conversation for our podcast. Did you notice how I said our podcast, Derek? Not your podcast?
Yeah, I did notice, and I think you are right. It is our podcast, our as in quote unquote owned by all AP coordinators. This is about us. All these conversations are about us and the work we all do to support AP students.
Absolutely. Agreed. We do a lot, which maybe, I'm guessing, maybe has something to do with the title of this episode, Derek?
Good guess. Yes. Juggling in January.
Question, Derek. Can you actually juggle?
If you mean tossing several balls in the air at the same time and keeping them flowing like a circus act, no, not even close. Well, actually, does it count as juggling if I can keep two balls going at the same time?
Oh my gosh, no way. Are you sure you were an AP coordinator? Can we go back and check the records? Can we get a verification from an independent source?
Karli, that's a different kind of juggling. That's juggling all the many things that AP coordinators do to prepare for the administration of AP exams in May, many of which happen at the same time. That I can do, although it's been a little while.
Well, it hasn't been a little while for me. I'm like in the moment. So let me tell you what's happening right now. It's January. And with the flip of a calendar to the new year, it's time to get serious.
I'm ready. Tell me all about it, please. I'm all ears.
Okay. My first ball in the air is a big one. Reminder, everyone. The deadline to request accommodations for AP exams is January 24th, 2025. If you're the AP coordinator and SSD coordinator, like me, you are very likely already aware of this.
Right. And if you are not the SSD coordinator, it might be a good time to whisper a friendly little reminder to the colleague on your campus who is.
Yes. And Derek, can I just say that I personally don't really like that we call this a deadline. I mean, January 24 is an important date. Requests for accommodations submitted by this date will be reviewed in time for AP exams. However, if we do have a request that cannot be submitted by this date, we should still do it. We should still submit. In my experience, College Board is pretty darn good about getting back to me in time. It's just not, quote unquote, guaranteed. My own words there, Derek. That's not what it says in the manual.
Understood. And I think a very accurate job of reading between the lines. Our colleagues in SSD are amazing, and they absolutely do everything they can to help all AP students with their requests for accommodations. Okay, so you are juggling, and that is ball number 1 in the air.
Yes. Ball number 2 is, wait for it, another deadline. This is January 31st, 2025. This is the deadline for teachers and AP course audit administrators to complete the course audit process for this school year, 2024-25.
Something that most schools have taken care of already, but not all.
Yep. So this is a reminder. This deadline is important. Missing the deadline is not good. It means the AP teacher will no longer have access to AP Classroom and will not be able to access AP exam scores in July either.
No one wants that.
Agreed. So, Derek?
Yes?
That's 2 balls in the air at the same time. Too easy. I mean, anyone can juggle 2 balls, right? Even...
Yes, even me. Thanks for calling that out again. Sheesh.
So let's kick it up a notch from balancing to actual juggling. 3 balls. Are you with me?
I'm with you. After all, it is our podcast. If you're ready for the big juggling act as a finale, I'm with you.
That's the spirit. Okay, ball number 3. Book your testing rooms. That's right. If you have not done so already, reserve testing rooms with the best possible conditions for student performance. Rooms that ensure compliance with exam administration and security procedures.
I like it. And may I share a best practice?
Please do.
We know that at many schools, frankly, there aren't that many choices of testing locations, especially for large programs. I mean, there's only so many places you can fit 100 or 200 students at the same time, right? But when you do have smaller groups of students testing, like the amount that comfortably fits in a classroom, be sure to consider the room itself. Now, that's sort of a given, but also consider where the room is located. The best rooms are often the ones where other students don't frequently walk by making noise, between classes or lunchtime and things like that. Noise that can disturb your students who are in the room testing. And I'd also toss in proximity to the nearest bathrooms. Try not to choose a testing room that requires a long journey for students to use the bathroom.
Derek, that is actually quite insightful. I'm impressed. Thank you.
You're most welcome. While I did admit a little earlier that it's been a hot minute since I worked at a school, I haven't forgotten everything yet. Just a few things.
Well, you did forget that I told you we had to keep this episode short. I gotta run. Lots of juggling to do,
Thanks for the reminder. Very good. Time for our call to action.
Yes. Fellow AP coordinators, don't drop the ball. Don't drop any balls. Stay on top of the upcoming SSD deadline. Stay on top of the upcoming course audit deadline. And book those testing rooms. It's all about creating the best possible testing experience for our students. And that means a lot of juggling. We're up to the task. I know we are. No one better on the entire campus at keeping many, many things very, coordinated.
AP coordinators, thanks again for joining us. We'll be back again next week with a little more conversation on SSD. Karli opened the door to accommodations and we're walking in.
Happy New Year once again, my friends, and for all our continued support of AP students. Yep, our support. AP coordinators, we are truly good as gold.
Just don't know. I'll say it over and over and over again till I believe it's so. I'm good as gold.
AP coordinators, that sound you hear? Yep, that's your reminder to register for one of the most popular live resources for AP coordinators.
Yes, and this year it's more popular than ever. Hello, digital testing, hybrid digital testing, a full week of late testing, PPRs for AP Computer Science principals. Whew, there's a lot going on.
There is, and let's talk about it. Join us to ask questions or just to listen in to what others are asking and answering.
Chat with a coordinator is what it's all about. These small group Zoom sessions start up again in February and run all the way through the end of April. Register now for your preferred date and time.
Or maybe your preferred dates and times, plural. After all, some coordinators attend more than once.
That's right. Link to register in the show notes.
Or you can go to collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience. Again, that's collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Experience.
Get ready to chat it up. Get ready for Chat with a Coordinator.